challenged my team to turn me into a fly diva from 1992. And I can't wait to see if they nail it. Also, I'm diving in deep with historian Taylor Cassidy about the legacy of the 90s. Let's kick it. I was really young for most of the 90s, but I still feel like it's the era that I loved the most. Even when I think about my childhood, going to vacation Bible school, playing double dutch outside of the church, fish fries with my family, and I grew up in the south suburbs of Illinois, and when I think about the 90s, it just feels like home, it feels like community, and it feels relaxed. I feel like we actually felt like, oh, society's doing okay, like we've gone through so much and we're still going through things, but can we like take a breath? And so it also felt at ease.
I still believe in a place called hope.
Time to step back in time. Here are some historical facts.
1992 was the era of cross-color.
Everyone thought I was really crazy for putting everything that I owned on the line to start a floating company for African Americans.
Everyone, and I mean everyone, was wearing it. TLC, Tupac, Will Smith were all rocking its bold, oversized, Afrocentric streetwear. And you know what? That was a vibe. The most difficult part I think that the team is gonna have with this look is choosing. I mean, you could do an In Vogue vibe where everything is so sleek, or you could go super, super masculine. Think about Aaliyah, you know what I'm saying? So figuring out which look we wanna do and then sticking with it is probably gonna be the most difficult part.
Hi, I'm Sergio Hudson, fashion designer and creative director for Keke Palmer.
Hey guys, it's Kira Dior, Keke Palmer's hairstylist.
Hi guys, I'm celebrity makeup artist Kenya Rucker.
There isn't many things I don't love about the fashions of 1992. It's my favorite in the history of mankind.
As a makeup artist, 90s looks are my most requested look.
Fashion in 1992 had come to the point where Hollywood had kind of retreated from fashion, so we needed those glamorous things to come to us in some kind of way, so the supermodels were born. And they became celebrities in their own right. Naomi Campbell, Linda Evangelista, Christy Turlington, Beverly Peele, Tyra Banks, Veronica Webb. These women were glamour personified.
The supermodels were running the world, and they were all about their very matte skin, bronzer, contour. A really popular lip was definitely the darker liner and overplucked brows. And honestly, it's kind of my favorite vibe. I love a thin brow. I don't know, it just looks so good on everybody.
They had Babs hairstyles, blowout, they had supermodel, effortless, silky, cute hairstyles that you can just get up and go with.
The biggest designers of the time were Gianni Versace, Gianfranco Ferré, Terry Mugler, Azzedine Alaïa. The list goes on and on and on. I feel like when we take 90s as influence, it always brings out the best in Keke. So we're gonna overserve in this 90s look. I know we are.
So you have these, what do you call these? Velcro?
These are Velcro rollers.
Okay.
This gives you the volume. This gives you that height that you're looking for, the blowout where it's not so silky straight.
Would you wear this to sleep? Or like if you wanted to really get that look, how would you maintain it?
So these, I wouldn't necessarily wear to sleep. I would get up, blow my hair out, put these in to create that volume while you're doing your makeup, cleaning up the house before you get out, and then take them out right before.
Okay, can you demonstrate how we do one?
Okay, so when I am going in with the rollers, I like to make sure I run the flat iron through, but I don't want to do it too silky smooth. So I'm just kind of doing a base run. Your comb is your best friend anytime you're flat ironing, so you want your comb to follow your flat iron. So now I have my round brush, so I'm gonna go in. And so you see how I'm going in different directions. I'm pulling this down, I'm going up, and this is what gives you all of that volume. So this is the Velcro roller. I have a regular silver clip. And so I put this on kind of like in the middle, and I roll it around.
Okay.
And you want to make sure you're rolling it flat. A lot of people make the mistake of rolling it where they're twisting it, and it'll come out like a wave. You want to make sure this is flat directly on the roller, and I'm kind of rolling it up and then rolling it in. And then I'm gonna put this clip right in here so it holds. I hope y'all ready to see what I'm gonna create with Keke, because it's coming, and I'm gonna see y'all on the final look.
Bye. Now here's another fact for you from '92. TLC debuted their first album, Ooh, on the TLC tip, which still hits, but they also flipped the script on fashion for girl groups. Instead of tight dresses, they rocked baggy clothes, condoms as accessories, and tomboy swag. T-Boz, Left Eye, and Chili, we thank you for the music and for the style. Come on, crazy, sexy, cool. Walk me through what kind of 1992 look we're actually going for.
We should channel your inner 90s supermodel. Very thin brows, very beat face, you know, very matte, very like overlines, you know, maybe a little matte lipstick.
Okay, well, I'll let you get started a little bit, and then maybe we can show them how to do one of those lips.
Maybe so. Stay tuned. So I'm just gonna take the liner. I feel like part of the signature 90s lip is the dark brown liner. Some people would even use black. So I personally like to overline just a tad. So I'm going just a bit below her natural lip line. And I think the key to overlining so that it doesn't look like crazy is to focus the overlining in this area, but never extend out here, because it can make your lips look like kind of long and like funny. Like, you know how like the Joker was like, yeah. So I feel like if you want a more pouty look, like think of the middle portion going up, like your cupid's bow lifting versus like the sides elongating.
So obviously they sometimes just did a gloss with the liner, sometimes they went in with lipstick. What do you think you're gonna do?
You're gonna have to stay tuned to find out.
It seems so trivial, the clothes you wear, a skirt or shoes. We don't always think about how it impacted culture and fashion and glam at large. So talking with Taylor really put it in perspective for me that these are the sons and daughters of leaders in the civil rights movement. Let's start with Naomi Campbell and just why was she such an important aspect to fashion at that time and pop culture?
Naomi Campbell, like, she is the icon. Like, she is the icon living. And she really came into a time during the supermodel era where there were a lot more black models being on the runway. You know, you have people like Rashumba and Naomi Sims, who were also dark-skinned models, really coming onto the scene and opening doors. And that's when Naomi Campbell could come in and really just blow it off of the charts. The fact that she did her own makeup most times on set because makeup artists didn't have her foundation. She's the one who really put that representation of black beauty on the front cover of magazines and on runways.
So not only showing it through representation in front of the camera, but also doing it behind the scenes.
Exactly. You see a lot of the history with civil rights continuing in the 90s.
Good afternoon, everyone. It is just after 9 in the morning in Los Angeles. It has been a long night of violence and outrage following the acquittal of 4 white policemen in the beating of black motorist Rodney King.
In 1992, there was an event that happened where Rodney King was beaten by 4 police officers. And those 4 police officers were acquitted.
Not guilty of the crime of assault.
And because of that, in LA, there were riots. People were angry because of this decision. Not just because of the decision, but because of decades and generations long history of the police, this system attacking and having violence against black people and no justice coming from it.
It's almost like a legacy movement, because a lot of those are the kids of the civil rights leaders or people that were part of the civil rights movement.
If you think about it, the hoodies, the tracksuits, the sneakers, you see that often with the working class. And who were the ones pushing the civil rights movement? Who were the ones at the protests? The working class. You see that in 90s sitcoms as well. You know, I'm repping A Different World. That was like the...
Come on, Dwayne Wayne.
That was my childhood TV crush, but let me get back to it. You see them have episodes talking more about social issues.
Now why can't you people do the same? Hey, my grandfather built this country, man. It doesn't matter how many degrees I get. All you people see is color.
All of these things really asserted blackness in a time where black people were being confronted with events back to back to back throughout the 90s of violence against black people.
I love the excitement, inspiration, and sense of hope that we get when we see these transformations come to life. They remind us that we can be whoever we want to be.
My favorite, ladies.
Giving bombshell.
It's giving everything.
Everything that it needs to give. Supermodel is the key word here. This is an actual archival piece from Azadine Elias' collection. So we put it with a glove, of course, a great pantyhose, and a great black pump
So the girls did love their gloss in the 90s, but they also loved their matte lip. And so we went in with a darker liner with a nude in the center. And the skin is very matte, very flawless, very beat, very sculpted. In the eyes, we had to add liner. And a very cutesy lash with very thin brows.
Now let's get into the hair. The hair gives supermodel vibes. Naomi Campbell, the Aaliyah vibe with the layers. It's just blown out supermodel vibes. And I mean, look at the masterpiece.
I truly believe that the beauty icons of that era truly did want to carry on the legacy of civil rights and really being in touch with your history and your culture. And it was the same exact thing with my mom.
When I think about my parents, like I didn't realize they were really seeing people put themselves on the front lines, put their lives at risk in order to see change.
Yes.
We would hear those stories and we would learn about it, and it would inform how we wanted to be and how we want to show up. When I think about the 1990s, I think my biggest takeaway was the integration of all these different things that define Black American culture, because nobody is one thing. How you express yourself in fashion should be limitless, and you should be able to build that picture that expresses your diversity, and that's, to me, what fashion's about. While you enjoy these credits, also enjoy another fact. I hate to even tell you this throwback price, but in 1992, the average cost of a movie ticket was, wait for it, $4.15. Yep, we would have been cleaning out the concession stand with the money we saved on tickets with those prices, let me tell you. Whew, good days.